I did not kill these dudes. That's all I got to say. I don't even know why I hung with these dudes at all. You know what I'm saying?
This is DeQuanta Dant Zachary, a man on parole for gun charges, trying to pull off an Oscar-worthy performance of, "I had nothing to do with that."
And I ain't even know nothing about that. Nothing about no gun, nothing.
He swears he barely knew the victims. He swears he left them alive. And he swears he just went to sleep and woke up to find his car missing. Like a cocaine-addicted Cinderella whose carriage turned back into an arrest warrant at midnight.
I'll tell y'all, okay. I promise you.
Okay.
On my kid's life, I will tell y'all.
Okay.
But I wasn't looking to be thinking, watch this person and that person to see if they're going to do somebody something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting faded in here.
But little did he know, detectives were already looking at his Dodge Charger, a car that didn't just disappear. It came back as a moving crime scene. What he doesn't realize is that every mile that car traveled, and every person who sat inside it, is quietly working against him. Now, while he's been sitting there, swearing on his kids' lives, detectives just have to let him talk long enough to bury himself.
And when I came, what she said I came? And I came, no, I don't know why she ain't saying that. Yeah, she lied. That's crazy. I can't believe it. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. So if I ain't going to jail, whatever, I'm ready.
A little after 12 a.m. on April 28, 2024, officers in Council Bluffs, Iowa, were dispatched to the 2100 block of South 29th Street. A passerby had reported what looked like a man lying in the roadway. When patrol units arrived, they found the caller hadn't been mistaken. Responding officers discovered 36-year-old husband, father, and Omaha resident Deontay Ivory, a devoted father known for his generosity, close family ties, and love for cars and basketball. He was found lying in the roadway, fatally wounded by multiple gunshot wounds. And just after 7 a.m. that same morning, officers were called again, this time to the 3200 block of South 24th Street, only a few blocks away. Another man had been found, this one slumped near the curb in a quiet residential area. When patrol units arrived, they found the victim lying beside a parking area near the Western Trails Historic Center. There, the officers identified 25-year-old Omaha automotive worker and car enthusiast Michael O'Landon Anderson Jr., a devoted father known for his generosity, close family ties, and love for cars and basketball. Forensic teams moved between both locations, trying to determine whether these were unrelated shootings or pieces of the same puzzle. Similar wounds, nearby locations, and overlapping names made it clear these cases were not a coincidence, because both were tied to the same drug circle, which is how detectives landed on the person that kept surfacing, 30-year-old DeQuanta Dant Zachary, a man from Eunice, Louisiana, who had been living in the Council Bluffs area for several months. By the next day, Zachary was picked up across the state border in Blair, Nebraska, a place he swore he had never been until his arrest. He didn't deny knowing Ivory or Anderson. In fact, he admitted spending the night with them, driving around, buying cocaine, getting high, and ending up at a hotel room with 2 other men and 2 women. But when it came to the murders, his story was simple. He said that he barely knew the victims, he didn't see any guns that night, and that he went to bed around 9 p.m., left his car in the hotel lot, and woke up the next morning to find it gone. He claims that someone must have robbed him during the night while he slept. He also emphasized being on parole for firearm charges and claimed he'd never risk being around guns. But as you're about to see, his story has more holes than the car police later found tied to this case. Hours after the bodies of Anderson and Ivory were discovered, investigators located a Dodge Charger abandoned in rural Glenwood, Iowa, miles away from Council Bluffs. The vehicle wasn't just out of place, it was damaged in ways that made it obvious that this was no simple stolen car. That Charger was the same car Zachary would later claim simply vanished from a hotel parking lot while he slept. From there, detectives quietly began tracing where that car had been and who it had carried. They were already piecing together a trail of signals, screens, and statements that would either back up Zachary's story or prove he was lying about everything. All of that was already in motion before Zachary sat down in the interrogation room and started talking about being just high and just in the wrong place. What he didn't know as he walked into that interrogation room was simple. The detectives were not only there to get his version of the events, and soon Zachary's lies would fall apart, and he would stutter as he realized that he was already cornered.
Tell me about how did that all begin? That you said there was a gas can. Where were you? And
I was
you
in
just
the
walk
driveway. She got cameras in her driveway.
Okay.
I was
Tell
in
me.
the driveway when I ran out of gas.
Okay. So you went over there. You ran out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
How did you end up in that part of Omaha?
What you mean?
At that particular house? Like where were you?
Like,
Where were you
I've been
headed to?
dealing with like getting drugs from him.
Okay.
I've been dealing with his wife, but he just came home, so see.
When you say he, who are you referring to?
The dude they call Bull.
Do you know his name?
No, I don't know him from Adam to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. So when we first met, you know how it is in the street when people got this thing, they like real, always recognize real.
Yeah.
So when he seen me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I met him through Eric getting coke, and I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, man, we gotta link up, get to know you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But that's really all it was.
Yeah. And when's the last time that you used coke?
That same day.
Same day.
Mm-hmm.
What day was that?
Friday, so I was up 2 days, Friday and Saturday.
Okay. So you used coke those 2 days?
Yeah.
Must have been having a good time, huh?
Oh, I like to freak. When I get high, I like to freak. That's it.
Yeah. What does the guy look like that you got the coke from?
Big nigga. Boy, you know what I'm talking about. Auntie, whatever.
Okay, so Valencia's husband.
Yeah.
Okay. He was the one that you were getting coke from?
Yeah. I was getting it from her at first till he came home.
Zachary makes a big point of saying he barely knows these people, that he doesn't know B from Adam, that this is just some casual street connection, nothing serious. At the same time, he's already tying himself to a 2-day cocaine binge, a specific house, and a dealer's wife who supposedly has cameras in the driveway. He also frames the whole thing around a car running out of gas, as if this is just bad luck and not a conscious decision to sit outside a drug dealer's house for hours while on parole. And though he wants officers to believe he just drifted into this neighborhood by accident, the rest of his story will show he was a lot more invested in this random group than he's willing to admit.
When you first met them, where were you?
I met him through Eric.
Did she just give you a phone number, or did you meet him?
I don't know how she met him. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we was getting the coke.
And when you got the coke, where would you meet, and how was that
I
transaction?
always meet to his house.
Okay. So on the last time that you were over at the house, tell me about the whole situation with the gas.
I ran out of gas. Walked to the store, he had his homeboy come and put the gas in he had a gas can. Put the gas in my car, rolled to the store, he filled it up. And that's it, we just wanted to ride around, be high. After that, I'm like, wait, look, I gotta go, I got a family.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
What gas station did you guys go to?
I'm not from Raleigh. Somewhere in Omaha.
Was it a very far
I
drive?
really can't tell you, I ain't gonna lie. No, it wasn't that far of a drive, because we wouldn't have made it far.
Okay.
But actually,
What vehicle were you driving that ran out of gas?
the Charger,
A Charger?
my wife's Charger, the runner.
When you ran out of gas, did you actually make it to the house?
Yeah, I made it to
So
the
you
house.
ran out in the driveway?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had the car started, and I was supposed to get what I was going to get and go. But he all doped up, he wanted to talk, and me just sitting there letting the car run, I just ran out of gas.
Okay. Yeah, you know, sometimes people run out of gas and have to coast down the hill.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that
I
happened.
wish he would have ran out of gas with all that damn talking, and I could have been gone.
Yeah. About how long do you think you were there at the house?
Ooh, a couple of hours, man. A couple hours, about 2 hours, 2-3 hours, something like that.
Okay.
So Zachary obviously knows what you're supposed to do if you run out of gas in a city you barely know. Call someone you trust. Get help. Or at the very least, leave once the problem is fixed. And yet, that's not at all what he did. Rather than heading straight back to his wife, he treats the breakdown like an excuse to hang around an active drug house with a convicted dealer and his friends. He's on parole for gun and drug charges. He admits he's high on cocaine. And he still chooses to sit in a stranger's driveway for 2 or 3 hours with the engine running. That's not bad luck. That's a series of decisions that doesn't make sense.
So during the 2 or 3 hours, what did you guys do?
Nothing, chill. Yeah, well, he went in the house with his wife. Well, I waited for the partner to pull up. I was on the phone trying to figure out who would come there and have me out. You know, there's only 2 people here, the Ariel, my fiance, and she way at work.
Okay. So did you go in the house at any point while you were there?
No, I've been in the house one time.
When was that?
Well, that was the night before that when I went to get something from him. That's it.
Okay.
That's the only time I ever stepped foot in the house.
Okay. So that night you went there, you got some coke from him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second time when you went back, you were in the car for a couple hours?
Yeah, when I was out of gas. Yeah.
Then who did you buy the coke from on that occasion?
Shit, him.
Him?
Yes, you serving. He back home, you serving.
Did he bring it out to you, or how did that transaction take place?
Find out he bought it out of him.
Did you pay him cash?
It'd be cash sometimes or cash out. Yeah.
How did you pay him the last time?
Cash out. Yeah, cash out.
How much did you pay him?
I got like, I really don't remember, like a 50 or 60 something like that. I don't know, I really don't remember. I'm really frustrated that I'm even involved. They ain't got it more involved in this. And most like every, like that's crazy.
Well, glad you're helping us clear it up. Okay, so anyway.
Watch how Zachary's posture shifts as soon as the questions move from casual drug talk to details that could be checked. When he's bragging about partying for 2 days and liking to freak on coke, he's relaxed, almost entertained by his own story. But when the detectives ask for specifics, his memory suddenly gets foggy. It's a classic Dodge move. Overshare when it feels harmless. Retreat into vagueness when it matters. Detectives have seen this 1,000 times, and Zachary doesn't seem to realize they're noting every contradiction as he talks. What Zachary doesn't know is that officers will soon cross-check his story against hotel records, surveillance video, Facebook posts, and cell tower pings. And this gas in the driveway timeline is going to fall apart piece by piece.
Okay, so anyway, you're sitting in the driveway, you run out of gas, and then you go to the gas station after that?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the one that had the gas can and put a little bit of gas in your car?
Well, his little partner.
What did
I don't
you-
know them dudes from Namely. That's like my 3rd time meeting her husband when he came home. So I don't know him, and that was fucked up for me to even be in that position with people that I don't know. You feel me?
Yeah. Now, his little partner, do you remember what he was wearing or what he looked like?
Well, you had on green jacket. What? Yeah, like a little stash right here, little skinny little dude. Mm-hmm.
How did he get to the house?
Shit, he pulled up in the red car.
Okay. And he had the gas can already with him.
Yeah, he had the gas can with him already.
And then after you guys, after that, you put a little bit of gas, you went to the gas station.
Yeah.
Who paid for the gas at the gas station?
He did the husband there. He paid for the gas.
How did he pay for it?
So he paid for it with cash.
Did you go into the gas station and take cash, I take it?
No, he gave it to me. He gave me the money to go pay for it.
So you went in and paid for it.
The first time, the first time I with his little partner, we went to the gas station right up the street by the Walgreens in Omaha.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know
It's across from Walgreens, that little store right there.
Okay. I know
After that,
area.
I go to drop him back off because he never, the husband didn't come with me. Right, that first time. So I go to drop him back off and he come outside. He was like, "But what you about to do and shit?" I'm like, "Nothing, I'm about to go chill with the family. That's it." He was like, "Man, come on, my hop in with you, ride, get high." I'm like, "All right, cool." Then we go to the gas station by Council Bluff.
What gas station was that?
Zachary insists over and over that he doesn't know these men and that he doesn't know names. But notice how much detail he suddenly has when he needs his story to sound believable. A green jacket, a little mustache, a red car, specific gas stations next to specific stores, the exact amount he put in the tank. The reality is that every new little partner he introduces is another potential witness, and the more people he drags into his timeline, the more chances investigators have to prove he's lying.
Cases, and I put the gas $50.
$50 gas.
Yeah,
What Casey's was that?
right there by the hotel there.
Okay, the one connected
Yeah.
to the line. About what time was that, would you say?
About 5-something. About 5-something in the afternoon. And after that, he said he was gonna chill with some little bitches, got a bottle. You made me buy him a bottle at the store, and that was it.
Who bought the bottle?
Yeah, I bought him a bottle. He wanted
Oh,
to
you
get
got
a
it.
bottle, get him a hotel room at the end. So I helped him get the hotel room. I booked the hotel for him under my name. And his ID, he had to bring his ID in there too, so he could go talk to him at the front desk. After that, he had some bitches come over there and 2 yellow niggas. And that was it.
What day is this that you're talking about?
This was Saturday.
Saturday, so 2 days ago.
Yeah. And that was it after that. It was like almost 7 o'clock, 7, 8, something when I seen him do.
By 7 or 8.
Well, that
Do you
was
mean
like-
7 or 8 a.m. or p.m.?
No, PM.
Okay.
After that, yeah, because he was going to chill with some bitches and shit, and he had 2 yellow niggas coming over to him, and that's it.
At this point, Zachary can't pretend he's just an accidental extra in someone else's story. He's no longer simply buying a small amount of cocaine in a driveway. He's booking hotel rooms in his own name, buying bottles, and helping set up what is effectively a party base of operations for a group that now includes at least 6 adults.
She called
Lindsay.
Ariel.
No, she called Ariel, yeah. And that's how I heard about it.
Okay.
I'm like, with the threat and stuff, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Okay. Is there anything more you can remember about these dudes they're with? So we need to figure out, obviously, what's going on here. It's not a good situation.
All I know is, like, he was a big, bright nigga with some goals. The fro, the other one, he was bright. He had a little fro, but he was skinny.
Okay.
That's all I remember.
No names or street names or
I
anything?
am nothing. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even, like, I stayed in the room about 5-10 minutes with them, and they wasn't even giving me no conversation. Like, you know how it is when you're looking at somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
You feel me? So,
Just to back up a bit real quick, what time did you wake up?
what time I woke up in the morning?
You said you went to sleep Saturday at like 9 after you left the car.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up?
Shit, I woke up about, 8-something in the morning?
Okay.
About 8-something in the morning.
And that's Sunday morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In the evening.
And that's when you searched for the car?
Yes, sir.
Did you like walk around the lot to look for it, or what'd you do?
No, the bitch was just gone.
Do you know where you had it parked when you left it?
Yeah, I had it parked in the fucking back.
Okay.
He does the same thing he did just earlier. He remembers a lot of describing details. But as soon as the detective asks about his own actions, how he searched, what he actually did when he saw the car was gone. His answers get vague again. No walking the lot, no practical steps someone would take if their only transportation and their wife's car had really vanished overnight. He gives more effort to describing strangers than to explaining what he did about a missing vehicle tied to his name. Unconsciously, Zachary was revealing that he, in fact, was not looking for the car, because something else happened, something that he did not want the police to know.
Were the interstates back?
No, in the back of the hotel. I had parked it in the back because I wanted to finish my bag back there. Just my wife opened the window, she go sleep in the car, get out.
Okay, so just to help us better understand where the back is. So let's say your hotel, this is a hotel and your hotel room is right here. Where would you say in relation to this hotel room you would have
This is my
parked?
hotel right here, in the back right here.
Okay, so you park down towards the end of the building?
Yeah.
Zachary spends a surprising amount of time describing parking rules, building renovations, and how the hotel doesn't like cars backed into spaces. None of that helps locate a missing vehicle, but it does create the illusion of cooperation. When detectives circle back, he claims he never saw the car again and never heard anything from the group. But the moment Facebook enters the conversation, his priorities shift. Instead of being alarmed that his car might now be connected to a double homicide, he's furious that his name is attached to a video. It's less, someone might have died, and more, why am I tagged? The moment police review the social media video, guns flashing, drugs visible, Zachary driving, this goes from wrong place, wrong time to physical evidence tying him directly to the victims.
It was somebody shared the video, and Mama V and all of them putting the Eric Williams and all that shit on there. Like, we don't have nothing
They
to
put
do
that
with
all
it.
online?
Yeah.
What video?
Huh?
What video?
A video to him on a dude in the backseat, Mike, whatever. He going live, you know, with the husband on the side. I'm driving. I got a bag in my hand, the coat, pretty much, and they posting it. And this at 6:06 p.m. You feel me?
Yeah.
They talking about this the last time my husband was with somebody.
This is a big one. The Facebook Live video shows Zachary driving with a bag in his hand, while a man in the back seat waves a gun. Zachary's explanation? He didn't know the video was recording, and he definitely didn't know there was a gun. According to him, this is the first time he ever saw it. That is just hard to believe. Guns are not subtle, especially when someone is flashing one right behind you on camera. And for a man on parole for weapons and drug charges, this isn't just bad optics. Being in a car with an illegal gun can send him straight back to prison, which gives him a massive motive to lie about noticing it. To make himself sound responsible, Zachary starts talking about parole, permission slips, and checking in with his officers. He's trying to show that he takes his status seriously, that he wouldn't risk being around a gun.
Did you ever think to go check your buddy's room or Deontay's room?
Nah, I ain't never thought about going check.
Did you try calling him or anything? I know sometimes people think, maybe my buddy borrowed the car or something.
Yeah, nah, you better. Why would I think you took it?
But every detail he adds about his parole actually raises the stakes. If he really is that aware of the rules, then how likely is it that he somehow missed a gun being waved around in his back seat? He also repeats that he only learned about the weapon when he saw the video later on Mama V's phone. Again, everything important only ever reaches him secondhand, after the fact, through someone else, never directly.
Did you see the car that the other two guys pulled up in?
I only seen one that what the chick had. I never seen what the dudes was driving at all.
The detectives ask a very simple human question. When your car vanished, did you go check the room of the people you were just with? Most people would at least knock on the door or make a phone call. Zachary's answer is an immediate no. He claims it didn't make sense to think they took it because they already had cars. That's not how suspicion works. You don't need a logical theory to check the last place that you left your keys and the last people you saw before something disappeared. The fact that he never even tried to contact them the next morning is a huge red flag.
Now tell me about the other guy.
He's skinny. He ain't that skinny, but he kind of. I'll put him in the middle, like, you know, like your size.
Okay. So about
I ain't
what?
seen no tattoo on him, but he had a little short little fro.
Short
and
fro.
he really ain't give me no eye contact at all, because he was on side this other female. I'm sitting on the other bed at the time, and he on side this other female, so I couldn't really see him that good, but he wasn't giving no eye contact or trying to make conversation or anything.
Here, Zachary repeats that he never saw any guns being flashed. Outside of the video, he claims he didn't notice. But look at how precisely he can describe one of the men. Light-skinned, taller than him, about 5'10", 230 pounds, wearing a black shirt and light jeans, with tattoos on his arms and face, and a grill. For someone he barely knows, this is almost textbook quality identification, whether he realizes it or not. He's giving investigators a very usable description of a potential co-offender. At the same time, he sticks to his line that these men are close enough to party with, but somehow still strangers when it matters.
Jason, like, she was a little bright female, had on a big pink wig.
Okay.
You know, y'all had to go get the cameras to really see, man.
Okay, so big pink wig, and she's a bright female.
Yeah.
By that, do you mean dark?
No light skin.
Light skin.
Yeah.
Zachary now details the second man and even explains that they did blood handshakes when they walked into the room. He says Deontay and Mike told him they were bloods, and he mentions seeing how they greet each other like someone who's very familiar with gang culture. This is another pattern. He builds these men up as dangerous, gang-affiliated, and armed, but keeps himself one step removed. According to him, he's just the guy on the edge of the circle, watching gang rituals and getting high. In reality, these descriptions put him deep inside the environment, not outside of it.
They say what they're up to or what they're going to go do dressed like that?
They said they were going to a bar, and that's where you were supposed to go at with them.
They're all going to go out to a bar?
Yeah.
Like those 5, 6, I guess?
What? I don't know what bar they was going to.
The 2 guys, the 2 girls, Deontay and Mike.
Yeah.
So all 6 of them were going to go out together?
Yeah, they were going to the bar.
They say any bars or
No,
clubs or anything?
I don't know. I'm not going anything.
The way he talks about the women is especially revealing. He remembers the outfits in detail. The big pink wig, the badly fitting hair, the pink jacket, the black dress, the see-through Nedic outfit, slippers, height, build. For someone who claims he doesn't really know these people, his recall is almost perfect. But when it comes to times, movements, or anything that could lock his story against the crime timeline, his memory becomes foggy. This selective recall, clear on style, blurred on sequence, is exactly the kind of things detectives look for when they suspect someone is editing their story in real time.
My wife said she could have tracked it with the thing and stuff, that's it. But she was just having a bitch fit. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like my woman, once she get mad, she shut down.
Now he shifts into character rehab. Zachary says they were all planning to go to a bar, but he didn't want to go because he doesn't do clubs, has kids, and already lost 11 years of his life to the system. He paints himself as the reformed family man who just happened to hang around with gang members and heavy drug users in a hotel room. He says he didn't see them leave, didn't hear any noise, and wanted to be done with them so he wouldn't lose his family. It's a convenient line. He leaves the scene just before anything bad might have happened, and coincidentally, just before 2 of those men end up dead.
Tell us about Sunday after you said you woke up, went outside, saw the car was gone.
Yeah.
What happened from there?
My wife said she could have tracked it with the thing and stuff, that's it. But she was just having a bitch fit. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like my woman, once she get mad, she shut down. And it take her a few hours or maybe a day or 2 for her to shake back.
When detectives asked what happened after the car disappeared, Zachary explains that his wife refused to help look because she was mad, and that he soon started getting phone calls about what's going on. He then claims he went on with Ariel to avoid getting caught in the crossfire and only decided to come in after his wife mentioned Mr. C. He frames it like he's stepping forward to clear his name, but the timing suggests something different. He's reacting to pressure, not conscience. He can feel that he is slowly getting cornered, so he came forward to try and clean his name. But instead, he only dug his grave deeper. Detectives are done letting him talk. Now they're bringing receipts, contradicting witnesses, phone tower routes, and time-stamped movements. When they confront him with the truth, watch how fast his confidence disappears.
That's weird. You're not saying anything about you coming yesterday.
What was she saying when I came? What she said I came? Nah, I came up.
I don't know. You tell me.
Who I know in blood?
What?
Who I know in blood? No, I don't know why she ain't saying that. The real why I got here.
Okay, so she's lying.
Yeah, she lying. Her friend picked me up.
Okay.
She just probably don't want to be involved, scared, don't know what happened.
This is where the interrogation made a sharp turn. Detectives confront Zachary with Ariel's version of events, which doesn't match his timeline. His immediate response isn't confusion or concern, it's dismissal. She's lying. She's scared. She doesn't want to be involved. And they don't just have her word, because surveillance video already captured part of his movements around the time of the murders. Now, when detectives bring up cell tower data, his confidence wobbles. He tries to rely on a technicality. My location was off, as if turning off a setting magically makes GPS, telecom metadata, and tower triangulation disappear. That's the moment he slips. Investigators had already mapped his movements that night. His phone located him leaving Council Bluffs, while pinging towers placed along the same route where both bodies were found. By denying it outright, he didn't protect himself. He confirmed exactly what detectives suspected. And to make things worse, his wife's statement also contradicted his version of events, stripping away the last piece of his alibi.
You didn't use like an Uber or anything like that to get up here?
No. Straight the phone. Use y'all got
What's your Cash App handle?
my cash out what?
Like the handle, the username?
DZAC.
Because it's got a little money sign, you know?
Yeah, money sign.
What is it?
Zach 94.
D-Zac?
Yeah, DZACH 94.
Okay. And that's what you'd use, you said, to make a couple payments? Like when you were with Deontay and all them?
Nah, I never use mine. I always send my money to Eric, and she's doing it for me.
So you send money to Ariel on Cash App, then she'll send it to whoever? Okay.
Next, detectives quietly turn the pressure to finances. They start with a soft probe, Uber, then move straight to his Cash App. He provides his handle, but immediately distances himself from responsibility, saying Ariel sends payments for him. His intent is to seem less involved. Instead, he confirms a pattern. Money flows between him, Ariel, and the same people he's now trying desperately to disconnect from. Even without direct transactions, using her as a financial middleman still ties him to the drug activity and to the group. He thinks he's making himself look like a passive bystander, but what he's actually doing is proving consistent participation.
If I knew,
would tell us?
I would tell y'all.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay.
On my kid's life, I would tell y'all.
Okay.
But I wasn't looking to be thinking, watch this person and that person to see if they're going to do somebody something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting faded in here.
So these guys didn't try to like rob you or anything? Something didn't go south?
No, they didn't try to do me nothing. I ain't got
So they didn't-
What you go rob?
They never tried to hurt you or anything,
Nah.
and then things went south?
They never showed me no flaws, nothing.
Okay.
This is his emotional peak. Zachary swears on my kid's life that nothing went wrong. Nobody tried to rob anyone, and he was just observing. He doubles down on innocence. Reckless fun, nothing dangerous. But his logic here cracks. He claims he was watching to see if someone would do something to somebody else. That's not passive drug use. That's surveillance behavior, especially when social media footage already showed him in the car while one of the victims flashed a gun on camera. So the detectives give him a final opportunity to change his story. But he stands firm. When emotion replaces logic this aggressively, it's less about defending truth and more about defending a story.
Brikia reported the vehicle stolen. She said that you took it.
They said I took it.
She said that you took the car. The charges. She wanted it back, and you weren't bringing it back, and that you stole it.
She didn't know it was gone. I never
Okay.
told her, but I didn't steal it.
This is the hit he didn't see coming. Detectives inform him that his wife filed a stolen vehicle report against him. Suddenly, all previous claims that they were searching together collapse. His response isn't denial of the dispute. It's shock that she involved the police. He insists she'll drop the charges and that the situation is just a misunderstanding. But if she never told officers they searched together and instead framed him as refusing to return the car, then his narrative loses its last anchor. But if she truly believed that, She wouldn't have filed a report in the first place when your own spouse contradicts your version. Either everyone is lying or the story you're telling isn't grounded in reality.
I don't have a car. I don't know where is it.
Well, any help with where it is at could end
I
up
don't know.
helping figure out.
Well, I'm gonna go to jail for a stolen car from my wife, and I don't even know where it's at.
Well, there'll be obviously more investigation into that too on our part, you know.
In these final moments, Zachary spirals. He can't believe he's going to jail for a stolen car from his own wife and insists he doesn't even know where it is. The detectives remind him that this is just the beginning. Auto detectives will investigate, Blair PD will handle the case, and due process will follow. What he doesn't realize, or maybe does, is that the car is no longer just a missing vehicle. It's a moving crime scene, tied to two bodies, a Facebook Live with a gun, and a web of lies he can't keep straight. The theft charge is only the door. What's waiting behind is far worse. But the real collapse comes with one piece of the evidence no lie can outrun: DNA. When testing revealed one of the victim's blood soaked into Zachary's clothing, the entire story he'd been fighting to protect detonated on impact. At that point, detectives didn't need his version of events, his explanations, or his excuses. From here, the case would move on to a courtroom where evidence, not storytelling, would determine guilt. After the interview concluded, Zachary was taken into custody on a first-degree theft charge based on his wife's report, claiming he took their vehicle and refused to return it. As the homicide investigation progressed, prosecutors filed additional charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder and felon in possession of a firearm. On October 14, 2024, the trial for DeQuanta Zachary began. The trial centered on not what Zachary claimed happened that night, but on what could be proven. Prosecutors presented a timeline constructed from cell phone tower data, surveillance footage, social media posts, and witness testimony, placing Zachary with the victims shortly before their deaths and contradicting his attempts to distance himself. A key turning point came when forensic testing revealed one victim's blood on Zachary's clothing, combined with his parole status for weapons and narcotics, a gun present in the vehicle, and his proximity to the victims before their bodies were found. The evidence painted him as more than just a bystander. The prosecution presented the case as deliberate and premeditated, not accidental or defensive. While much of the motive remains unclear, the state argued that the killings were intentional and not the result of a sudden confrontation or robbery gone wrong. The defense maintained Zachary's innocence, suggesting that he had no motive and no direct ties to the victims beyond drug transactions. They argued that he was simply caught in the wrong circle at the wrong time, and that other unidentified men from the hotel room may have been responsible. Jurors deliberated for roughly an hour, an extremely short period for a double murder case, suggesting strong consensus and high confidence in the evidence presented. They returned a unanimous verdict, guilty, on both counts of first-degree murder, along with additional convictions for felon in possession of a firearm and first-degree theft. As required under state law, Zachary received a mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole for each murder charge. The firearm and theft charges added additional prison time, though the murder sentences made release impossible either way. Prosecutors argued that even without a clear motive, the brutality of the killings and the strength of forensic evidence left no reasonable alternative explanation. Jurors appeared to agree. Zachary still denies killing the 2 men, and because he refuses to explain what happened in that hotel room or why things turned violent, the full story may never be known. Whether the murders were planned, retaliatory, drug-related, or rooted in a deeper conflict remains locked behind his silence. 2 men lost their lives. There were no surviving witnesses willing to testify to the details, and the only person who walked away from that night now sits in a cell for the rest of his life, refusing to say why. Justice may have prevailed, but the truth stayed buried with the victims. If you found this video informative, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see covered next.